All general managers have said yes to the invites. The AHSDL schedule is almost here, and the interns are concluding their first week of their summer internship. All of this and more in 30 seconds.
Welcome to Alliance Report Studios, brought to you by Sport Management Solutions. Here's your host, Brian B.
Hey, fellow fanatics, welcome to the Alliance Report. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let's get into it. Here is our rundown for the night. Like we said at the top of the show, all of the general managers have said yes to the invite, so we're going to start off with that tonight. Last Monday was Memorial Day. We sent out 35 custom invite videos to the general managers of the Wizard Redraft League. All general managers have said yes to the invite. All 36 general managers are confirmed for the 2026 season. The MFL invites are going to go out tomorrow, Thursday, June 4th. So make sure you're watching your inbox for those invites, and then I'll let everybody know on Discord when they have been sent. See if we've got any comments out there yet for the show. We have not yet. But if you're out there, make sure you say hi to us tonight. So let's move on to the second piece of business tonight, which is the Wheel of Fate. So the Wheel of Fate is going to take place on July 6th. Mark your calendars now, July 6th. It will be a live event, but you do not need to be there. A Ferg is out there. I'm waiting for your comment to pop up, Anthony, and then I'm going to throw you up on the screen. So you do not need to be live for this event, but we will be live. The wheel is going to determine the selection order of the 36 general managers and what region and division they are going to play in this year. Let me see if I can get this screen to come up for you. I see Tracy out there as well. Afer going up on the screen. Tracy, I'll get you up in just a second when it pops up on the screen. And then we will switch over to what it's going to look like. Paul is up out there as well too. Paul, I'll get you up on the screen before we switch over. What I want to show everybody is what the wheel is going to look like on that day, and then explain it a little bit deeper for everybody. So Paul, just waiting for that thing to pop up for you. Let me see if I can get this screen popped down so we can get the right screen up here and make sure that it all works. I'm triple doing everything tonight, so hopefully I'll be able to get it. There we go. What up, dog? All right, so let me get this up on the screen so everybody can see what this wheel is going to look like for the Wheel of Fate, and hope this pops up correctly. Oh, look at that. Great. Hopefully you all can still hear me too. So the Wheel of Fate, again, is going to be a live event. You do not need to be there for it, but what this is going to do is it's going to give us the order in which the 36 general managers get to pick which region and division they want to play in this year. So there's going to be some strategy in this. Do you want to play with your friends? Do you want a softer landing so you're looking around in a region or a division where the competition might fit your comfort level? Do you want a tougher test where you're going to find a strong region and prove to yourself that you're good at playing fantasy football? The way the schedule is going to work, so you all know as you're looking to see who you want to play, is you're going to play everybody inside your division twice, and then everybody outside your division but inside your region once. There will be no crossover between regions until the Tri-Wizard Cup Championship, which is going to take place at the end of the season. And that's when all three of the Dragon Regional Champions will play against each other at the exact same time. So as soon as we're done getting our list of 36 general managers in the order that they get to select which region and division they want to go into, we have about 30 days to be able to get those 36 selections in. So we will set up a tracker on Discord. We will set up a chart on Discord so everybody knows who's next and everybody can see where everybody's playing. And that will get updated after every single pick. The selection order again is on July 6th. We have to have all 36 general managers placed in their region and division by August 6th, because that's when the draft order shows are going to take place. Also, on the day that we are doing the Wheel of Fate, we are also going to do, and hopefully it will pop up, we are also going to do the WRL doubleheader week draw that day as well. Same way we did it last year. We are going to spin the wheel until a number comes up twice. So let's say on the fourth spin, we spin a 9, and then 12 spins later, that 9 comes up again for the second time. Well, week 9 will be our doubleheader week. So if you need any more clarification about that, ask me on Discord. And then the rest of the schedule will shift forward to that point. So week 10 will join week 9 as the doubleheader week, and what was week 11 will become week 10. So what we're going to do is we're going to get 14 games in a 13-week schedule, and hopefully that makes sense to everybody. All right, so we're going to get that off the screen for a little bit because we're going to move on to our next subject, which is the AHSDL schedule release. So that is going to happen on June 17th. So the NFL released their schedule on May 14th, which was about 3 weeks ago now at this point. We're going to reveal ours on 17 June live on a broadcast that night. The reason we pushed it to the 17th is because I wanted the interns to help build it with me so we could do it right. So it'll be a 14-week regular season schedule for the AHSDL. It will not have a doubleheader week in it like the WRL does, but everybody will still play everybody inside their division twice, and they will play everybody outside their division but inside their conference once. So the divisions and the conferences for the AHSDL have already been set. We will make sure that the weeks that you're playing your divisional foes, there are few bye weeks on those weeks. In fact, I've got the numbers jotted down here on a piece of paper somewhere around me, which I'm going to have to locate again, but I already know which weeks are going to have the divisional play. They will take 4 teams from each one of the conference for a total of 8 to play in the playoffs of the AHSDL. Week 15 will be the first round of the playoffs. Week 16 will be the conference championships between the West and the East, and then the Canton Championship, which will be played at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton, Ohio, will take place in week 17. All right, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was some website updates. So Andrew, the AI that helps me build the website, we've been pretty busy since the last broadcast. We're trying to bring the website up to what we're calling the 2026th century. So what happened was last year, you know what? Let me go back to something on the Wheel of Fate real quick. Let me back up 2 spots here real quick. Reason being is I wanted everybody to be able to get a chance to see. If you have not been over to the WRL website, and I don't know that you can be yet because the invites haven't been sent until tomorrow, here's what the WRL website looks like for the 2026 season. As you all know, we are definitely being heavy with the Dragons this year. We're doing the Tri-Wizard Cup and everything like that. I wanted everybody to see that the 3 conferences or the 3 regions are going to be the red, the gold, and the black Dragons. And I wanted you all to see the art that was put into it this year and the way that the website looks. It is the first deviation that we've had for the WRL website since 2018. So the different divisions that you can pick from for the gold region are going to be the Crown division, the Gilded division, and the Horde division. As you can see, the top 3 that are on here are the gold dragons. And then for the black dragons, you have the Obsidian, the Abyss, and the Void divisions. And then for the red dragons, you have Inferno, Pyre, and Ember. Just wanted everybody to see that. All right, back to the regularly scheduled thing. Let's talk about the website updates. Let me get that up here on the screen. So Andrew and I have been busy again doing website updates. When we say we're trying to bring it into the 2026 century, there was some hanging chads that were left over as we were doing the beta test build of the website last year that you all interacted with on iPlayFSA.com. There are some pieces as we rolled over the website on March 11th that were still hanging chads that had not got done. The goal was to make sure all of those hanging chads are complete before the season starts in September. We really only have 2 more things that we have to get done. I think there were 5 hanging chads that were left over. We have been able to solve some of those problems. So I want to do is go through the list of the things that we have been able to fix. And I also want to bring the website up for you to be able to look at as I talk through it. So here is the current website. I'm not going to log in. Actually, you know what? Yes, I will. Because if I don't log in, you're not going to get to see these changes, and then you're just going to be kind of lost. So let me get logged in so you can see the changes that we made. So one of the things that we changed was the franchise navigation menu has been restructured, and it's cleaner now. So let me go into, and I will go into the AHSDL page here and show you what that looks like and how it's changed. So as you can see across the single menu here, before transactions had a drop down to it that had add drops and trades to it. The drop down is now gone. The reason being is we wanted to make sure that we had a physical link that you could get to see all of the transactions that had been made, whether that was a trade, a waiver wire, an add drop, whatever that is. And before, with the old system, you didn't have that. But to be able to pull the add drops and trades out of there, we had to remove 2 other menu items that used to be here. So I'm going to back out to my dashboard and show that to you. The 2 things that we pulled off were draft and rules, which have now become buttons under your managed team on your dashboard, and now it says draft results and rules. Things that are working among all of those things that I just showed you. The transactions page is fully functional on the AHSDL. In fact, I'm going to show that to you. When I go under Manage Team and go under Transactions now, it'll take a second, but the entire list for transactions is now there. You can filter by type, conference, franchise, date range, all of that. It will show your waivers, your trades, your taxi squad moves, and everything that you can normally see on MFL. We also had another problem with the submitting of the lineup prior to this. What was happening was the lineup that you currently had in was not showing up here at the top of the page like you see it now. If you wanted to go in and do a lineup change, you had to go back in and resubmit your entire lineup to get it to work. That is now fixed. All right, so let's go back to the dashboard. The draft results now work, and they are in this new button spot. So if you click on draft results, you're going to see the results of our latest rookie draft. Now, the veteran startup draft, there is a link right here that's going to take you back to the MFL page. It's a little bit of a limitation right now, but it is a known bug for us. Not really a bug, it's a limitation. What we didn't realize is that we were not going to be able to do an API call to the veteran startup draft after we ended up archiving that draft and then started the rookie draft. So it was a mistake on our end because this is the first year that we've ever done that. I don't know that we're ever going to do this again. It might be a one and done where we do 2 separate drafts for the startup and the rookie. We might just go and do like we've done before, where we will wait until after the NFL draft is over and do the startup and rookie draft at the same time. However, if we do this again, we have now learned our lesson, and we know that we have to archive and save the veteran startup draft into our own FSA database so we can reference it again and not have to use a link that goes back to MFL. And then one last thing that we fixed, the light and dark mode bug that we had, where the tables were showing the incorrect layout or the incorrect colors here. So if I was to switch to light mode in the old version of this, the table would have stayed in dark mode even though everything else would have changed into light mode. And it was a known issue last year, and finally got around to fixing it this year. So no matter what you do, no matter what you click on, no matter how you sort anything, the table will now change based on whether you're sitting in light or dark mode. So I wanted everybody to know all of those updates that we have done on the website since the last time we were on air. And while we're sitting here and I'm sitting on the AHSDL page, I wanted to say one more thing about the AHSDL, and it has nothing to do with the page. So I wanted to apologize to the league. And let me see if I've got anybody out there who's made any comments since we've been on here. Let's see. Who made the live show? Randy, is that you? That is Randy down there who made the live show. I had to look at the picture and the name. It's squished on my side of the screen. I wish you could see what I see, so you know why I'm having such a hard time seeing it. And then Jeff is on right now. Jeff wants to know if anybody brought the beer. Hey, Jeff, how are you? I wanted to apologize to everybody in the AHSDL for the little foobar that I had this morning with the waiver wire run. So I received a message from Paul at like 30 o'clock this morning saying, hey, what happened to the waiver wire run? And what I had been doing was I had been setting the waiver wire weekly for the AHSDL. Reason I had been doing that was MFL automatically sets the waiver wire up to either start the first week of the season or to start after week 1 is concluded. And I didn't know if there was going to be a period of time in between when we were doing our waiver wires and when the automatic one for MFL would butt up against each other. So I had been doing it one at a time. I don't know if there's going to be a spot where we'll decide we're not running waivers this week until we get closer to the start of the season in September. So with the interns coming on board and me working with them the last couple of days, it just kind of slipped my mind and I didn't set it last night for it to run at 1 o'clock this morning. What I've done to try to rectify the situation and fix it, the waiver wire for the AHSDL will run tomorrow morning at 1 a.m. East Coast time. And then what I have now scheduled is for us to be back on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock in the morning for the next couple of weeks, at least to get us through the end of the month of June. And then I've also set a calendar reminder to myself on Google to remind me each week and then also let me know when I have to re-up that automatic Wednesdays for us. So I'm sorry about that. You all deserve better. I will do better, but I just wanted to make sure, as transparent as I always like to be, I wanted to say I'm sorry, and hopefully running it tomorrow will fix the problem for everybody. All right, let's talk about these interns that I've got sitting in the office with me right now. So their orientation day started on Monday, which was 2 days ago. Both daughters worked the morning shift on that day. They got through their orientation. They learned how to do the daily APBL scoring updates that I do in Excel. They learned how to put the end of week scores into the FSA admin database. Both of them interacted on Discord, and both of them got introduced to Claude and ChatGPT. They received their official FSA intern badges and FSA notebooks, and then they all got to say hi to you on Discord. And then Tuesday, they went split operations where the older daughter worked with me in the morning, the younger daughter worked with me in the afternoon. They both did the same thing with the APBL again. The morning shift worked with me on the art that you're seeing tonight in Photoshop, which is this rundown screen you're seeing right now and the opening static screen. And then the afternoon intern worked with me on the broadcast script that I am reading off of right now. She helped with the cold intro, and then she also helped with the first topic that we went over tonight, which was yes to the invite. And then she also got introduced to Simone, who helps write the script for us for these broadcasts over the last 3 weeks. And I think it has gone pretty well. I knew Paul was going to say something. I knew if you were online tonight, you were going to say something. So what Paul is referencing to is there are 2 ways that birthdays can be saved on your Google Calendar. Either you can put it in there manually, or it will automatically pull from any of the information that you have about a person that's in your contacts list. And I don't know which one worked and didn't work and how I had Paul saved in my calendar. All I know is we missed Paul's birthday because whichever one it is that skipped his birthday for whatever reason didn't remind me that it was his birthday. So you're right to say that, Paul. That's why I've got multiple ways of reminding me now, so we don't screw up the waiver wire stuff. And then hopefully next year when you turn like 65, we'll make sure that we get your birthday and we say happy birthday to you live on the air. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring in Leighton. The girls are going to do 2 broadcasts each during their internship this summer. Leighton is going to do the first 2. Everly's going to do the second 2. Now, the girls have a little bit of break this summer as they are also have Girl Scout things that they have to attend to and a family vacation that we're going on. So they won't be here every single week. So they are going to work on the weeks that they are here. In fact, after we get done with the show tonight, this is it for them for the end of the week. They get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, and then they have horse camp all of next week, and we don't see them again until the Monday after that. So they're getting a nice long break. So I'm going to pull in Leighton right now, and I'm going to ask her, tell everybody how your first week went, what you've learned, and what your favorite part has been so far.
My favorite part this week was working with ChatGPT, and what did you say the other 2 were?
Claude?
No, for the other 2 questions.
Oh, that was it. I asked, what was your favorite part and what have you learned so far this summer?
Oh, I also I also learned how to use the voice to chat on ChatGPT.
You like that too?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Leighton is going to take us home tonight. She's going to do the last 2 topics. I'm going to get off the microphone now, and I'm going to let her have at it. Leighton, it's all yours.
Okay. If you have not been keeping up with Met the Alliance seasons, now is a great time to start. Every Monday at 7 p.m. ET, a new story gets published on iPlayFSA.com, spotlighting one member of the FSA staff. We just finished highlighting Zachary Turner, our APBL writer. This coming Monday, June 8th, we will be featuring Dave Chen, our AHSDL writer. Head over to iPlayFSA.com on Monday night to check it out. The Alliance Weekly is the official newsletter of the Fantasy Sports Alliance, and a full edition is coming soon. If you are not already subscribed, make sure you sign up so you don't miss it when it drops. More details coming. Stay tuned.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that. Good job, good job. We will make sure that you read that script a little more before next time. But everybody, that's it. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hit us up on Discord after this if you have any questions about the Wheel of Fate, the AHSDL schedule drop, any of the website updates, and if you have any questions for the interns after the first week. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Brian B. That was Leighton B. And this has been the Alliance Report.
Thank you for watching The Alliance Report, sponsored by Sport Management Solutions, the leader in athletic communications. A special thank you to the Recast, the official music of the Fantasy Sports Alliance. If you enjoyed tonight's show, please like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, and TikTok. Have a great night, everyone, and remember, we are fanatically real.